It's the first of the month. So, it's the 1st of February. It's just another day, technically. But for me personally, although it's just another day technically, mentally, when it comes to my goals, I like the beginning of things. The beginning of the year, the first day of the month, the beginning of the week. It just kind of feels, it feels new, right? It feels new, it feels fresh. It feels like a time for you to kind of, I don't know, just feels like the perfect time to start fresh. So it's February, and that's what we're gonna do. So because it's the 1st of the month, I'm gonna share some goals that I have for February. Like initially, my mind was like, February, no days off, no cheats, a gallon of water a day, like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me be clear. Like, there's nothing wrong with having these great goals. When I do that to myself personally, though, I've done it. Like, I've done it and succeeded, but I've also done it and just felt like a robot. I felt like routine, 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 routine. So this month I'm going to do it just a little bit differently, and I'm going to focus more specifically on my weekly goals so that I'm not doing the same things every single day, but it is to achieve the same goal just in a different way to refresh things for me. Yeah, that's going to work better for me for February. It's definitely good to have goals. It's definitely good to have goals. While writing them down is not going to magically make you do anything. Writing them down kind of takes it from your mind to paper, visibly see it, and in a way it kind of brings it to life. So my recommendation when it comes to setting goals is to make sure you have something to write it in. Whatever works for you, whether that be a notepad, whether that be a notebook you already have. I have a planner, and here's my planner right now. Anything is possible with the unicorn. If you know me, you know I love unicorns. So yes, I have a unicorn planner, but it is for the entire year. It's by Recollections, and I got it from Michael's, and they have like so many different kind of planners. So if you don't have a planner, I recommend that. Just seeing it, checking it off, I feel accomplished. So that's what helps me to help stay on track. And in my planner, I don't just write down fitness stuff. It's the trips I have planned, the goals I have, the events I have coming up, make my bed, clean my apartment, read this book. Like, it's not just for fitness. So they have fitness planners, but you know, I'm referring to a planner of life. The plans you have to make yourself better. But yeah, I have that. So I do like to write down my goals. So that's just a tip I would recommend going into this new month. Have a thought in your mind of where you want to be come the 28th, and you're looking back to see if you've progressed. Write down the things that you think throughout the month are going to help you get there. It doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have to go beast mode, go crazy all month. It's not about that. But add some things that you haven't been doing into this month that at the end you can look back and say, I've progressed. I'm closer to my goal. I got this achieved. I did this. I accomplished this. Do it. So instead of just writing down a list of to-dos for the month, I'm going to share a few goals that I have that are going to keep me moving forward on this journey. So my first goal for this month, it actually will be no days off. I do plan to work out every single day. Instead of no days off, workout, go crazy every day though, my second goal is going to be to set weekly goals at the beginning of each week. So for example, you know, coming into next week, I might say I want to burn 800, 1,000 calories Monday through Friday. You know, Saturday I might want to focus on weights, but Sunday I might just walk to the park. You know, I might do 100 jumping jacks. I might do that. I might take it easy, but it's still a workout day. But it's not just work on my body, because I don't want to take the fun out of it, and I also don't want to just overwork myself to where it's just not enjoyable at all. So that's just an example of how that's going to go. So no days off, set weekly goals. And I think it's important for me right now to keep no days off in there, whether I'm going hard or not, because I'm about to get back to beast mode. I'm just going to touch on that real quick. Beast mode is coming back. For me right now, it's important to keep no days off in February. I almost was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna keep no days off in there. But it's going to be important for my weekly goals to keep everything fresh, change it up a bit, and try to have fun with it too. But with no days off, it's going to help my consistency, and it's going to trigger my body. I want to trigger my body to expect activity every day. Even if it's a small amount, I need to be active regardless. Whether it's to lose weight, to get fit, when I reach my goal, when I feel fit, I still feel better when I'm active. My battery died, so maybe I'm talking too much. Anywho, here are my goals for February. No days off. Set my goals and my intentions at the beginning of each week. And lastly, I'm going to get back to meal prepping consistently. So meal prepping each Sunday. And my last main goal is going to be to make my bed every day. I feel like a child saying that. But I literally just started doing this, and it just makes me feel better. I didn't grow up in a household where my mama was like, make your bed. I mean, if it was messy, it's like, clean your room, you know, but it wasn't like you got to make your bed before you do anything, or you ain't going nowhere till you make your bed. Make your bed just wasn't a thing in my house. But when I do it and when it's made up, I feel like less, I'm gonna say less, because sometimes I'll still hop into it, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel less tempted to hop into bed and just lay around. I don't know. I make my bed and it's all pretty, like a magazine, and I just feel like I did something for the day. Am I alone? I posted this on Instagram. And it was oddly a very nice conversation starter, because everybody had different stories, and I found it interesting to know that a lot of people actually grew up in households where it was a must, and some people were like, it's a struggle. But I feel you, because it's a struggle for me too, but we gotta do it. That's not fitness related, but it helps my mental. I don't know. So I want to be consistent with that. Add it to my daily routine and make it become a thing. So yeah, those are my goals for February. If you have goals for February, feel free to comment them. I'd like to know what kind of goals y'all have. If you don't have goals, today is a perfect day to make them, because it's the beginning of a new month. Like I said, I mean, even if you're watching this on February the 2nd and you haven't made any goals, or February the 3rd, look, if you got some time in a month, make your goals, finish it out with a bang. But, you know, I think it's important to set goals. It's important to set goals. It's important to set your intentions, and do all that you can. I don't know about y'all, but on the 28th of February, at the end of the month, I want to look back and be like, oh, I did that. Or, you know, I want to look back and look at my goals that I've written down and cross them off. Done, 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 done. Y'all know how it is. January is like, I picked it up at the end of the month. The beginning didn't start so well. It was a little tough. I'm glad that it's over. Yada yada. We have our feelings, right? But I'm not trying to feel that way about February. Drop your goals for this month below. Set your intentions for this month. Let's go into it with positivity. good vibes, and let's reflect anything that's not going to help us with what we are trying to achieve, okay? If something is in your way or something is trying to hinder or stop your growth, we're going to leave that in January, okay? We in February. New month, new goals, new vibes. Bye.